Welcome to Second Sunrise and to our nightly series, Silver Moon Stories. I'm really glad you're here tonight. Some nights, it's not just the body that feels tired. It's the mind, still holding on to the day. So before we begin, let's set that weight down together. Here, each evening, we share calm, gentle stories to help you unwind, reflect, and rest deeply. Every word you'll hear is designed to soften the noise and guide you back to yourself. So find a comfortable place to rest. Let your shoulders drop and allow the quiet to meet you where you are. Today's silver moon story is called The Garden of Letting Go. This is a place that has been waiting for you. It's a place that remembers your name, even when you've forgotten how to rest. Imagine that it is late in the evening, not yet fully dark. There is still a thin wash of blue at the very edge of the sky, the last of the light before it goes. But the stars have begun to come through, one or two at first, and then more, appearing quietly the way they always do, as though they've been there all along. You are standing at the end of a long, narrow lane. It's unpaved, just two shallow tracks worn into the earth by years and years of slow, unhurried footsteps. Grass grows in a ridge down the middle, between the tracks. The kind of lane that belongs to a time before hurry. On either side of you, tall hedgerows rise up in the dusk, thick and untrimmed, and quietly alive. You can smell the green of them, something between fresh leaves, cool air, and soil that hasn't been rushed. It is very still here, At the end of the lane, perhaps 20 slow steps ahead of you, there is a wall. It's old stone, the kind placed by hand, one piece at a time. The mortar between the stones has gone soft with age and covered itself over with moss. A deep velvety green, the color of the underside of a fern. If you pressed your finger into it, it would give slightly, like old velvet, like something that has learned patience. The wall runs in both directions as far as you can see, and it is covered, entirely covered, in a thick, dark ivy. The leaves are the deep green of old bottle glass. Some of them at the edges have turned the color of rust and wine. The whole wall seems to breathe gently in the evening air. In the center of the wall, there is a gate. Heavy black iron, scrolled into patterns of leaves and climbing vines. If you look closely, you can make out small flowers pressed into the metalwork, worked by hand, one by one, by someone who believed that even a garden gate deserves to be beautiful. The iron has gone rough and dark with age. Not worse for it, just marked by time. The way good things are marked by time. You walk slowly toward it. There's no urgency. The gate isn't going anywhere. When you reach it, you put your hand on the latch. The iron is cool against your palm. The kind of cool that feels like relief at the end of a long, heavy day. You press your thumb down, and the gate gives. It swings inward, slowly, smoothly, with the low, quiet sound of old iron moving on old hinges. Not a squeak, not a protest. It simply opens. You step through the gate. And notice how the air is different on this side of the wall. A few degrees cooler, not cold, just cool. Like the air inside an old stone church on a summer afternoon. Like stepping under the shade of a tree that has been standing in one place for a very long time. And there is a smell here that you weren't expecting. Damp earth, rich and clean. The smell of soil after rain. And underneath that, something sweeter, something almost too faint to name. Night blooming jasmine. It only opens in the dark, only after the world has grown still enough for it to feel safe. Behind you, the gate eases itself shut with a soft, solid sound. Not a slam, just the quiet certainty of something settling into place. You don't need to look back. Just inside the gate to your left, there is a small wooden post. Weathered dark from years of rain and sun, worn smooth at the top where many hands before yours have touched it. Set into the post, there is a plain iron hook. I want you to notice something now. You're wearing a coat. You may not have thought about it until just this moment. You've been wearing it all day. long enough that the weight of it has started to feel like simply the ordinary weight of being. But it is heavy. Heavier than you may have allowed yourself to notice. This coat holds everything you've been carrying today. The unfinished conversations, the ones that are still circling somewhere behind your eyes, the ones you keep turning over looking for a different ending. The low-grade worry, not a crisis, just a steady, low hum of concern that doesn't announce itself loudly, but never quite goes away either. Like a radio left on in another room. The decisions you haven't made yet because you don't quite know how to make them. The names of the people you love. All the things you hope for them. All the ways you know, truly know, that you cannot fully protect them, no matter how much you want to, no matter how hard you try. The thing you said this week that you're not certain you meant, or the thing you didn't say, and aren't sure you should have. The quiet grief that doesn't have a specific name because it isn't about one single loss. It's about how fast everything moves and how much you love what you have and how little any of us can hold on to anything. All of it is in the coat. You've been wearing it for so long. You may have forgotten what it felt like to be without it. Take it off now. Slowly. Let the weight of the shoulders of it drop. Slide your arms free and hang it gently on the hook. It will still be here when you leave. Nothing in it will be lost. Nothing will have changed or disappeared or been forgotten. But tonight, in this garden, you don't need to carry any of it. Your shoulders are lighter now. Notice that. Just for a moment, let yourself notice what it feels like to be without that weight. The path ahead is made of small, flat, pale stones fitted into the earth, with tufts of soft grass growing between them. It curves gently to the left and disappears behind a stand of tall, dark trees, and you cannot quite see where it leads. But you can hear something very faintly from somewhere ahead and slightly to the right. The sound of water. Not rushing water. Not a river pressing against its banks. Just water moving quietly, finding its own way in the dark, without effort, without urgency. It sounds somehow like the most restful thing you have heard in a very long time. Follow it. The path has changed under your feet. The flat stones have given way to earth, and the earth to something softer still, a thick, close-grown moss that gives slightly when you step on it. The way very deep carpet gives. It feels kind beneath your feet. Cool and still and unhurried. To your left, a row of willow trees lines the path. Tall old willows, their long sweeping branches hanging all the way down to the ground. In the still night air, they barely move. Just the gentlest shift. Now and then, the way something alive breathes when it's asleep. You reach out as you pass. And let one of the long, narrow leaves trail between your fingers. It's cool and smooth, thinner than you expected. Soft as a piece of ribbon. The branch sways very gently as you let it go. Further along, the path opens into a small clearing. And for the first time, you can see the whole sky. It is properly dark now. Not the gray-orange dark of a town at night. A real dark. And the stars are out in numbers you don't often see. You don't have to count them. You don't have to name them. Just look up for a moment if you'd like to. They are not asking anything of you. They are simply there, as they always have been. In the center of the clearing, the path curves around the base of a very large old oak. The trunk of it is wider than you could reach around, bark deeply grooved and dark, smelling of something ancient. The roots have pushed up through the earth in great slow curves, making a kind of natural seat, smooth and wide, worn flat by the same patient years that wore the gate latch smooth. You rest your hand on the bark as you pass. It's dry, and faintly warm the way stone holds the warmth of the day long after the sun has gone. That tree has been standing in that spot longer than any of your worries have existed. It has never known a single one of them. And it is fine. The sound of the water is much closer now. You follow it around a gentle bend, and the path narrows between two tall banks of lavender. Old lavender, woody at the base, the flowering heads brushing your arms on both sides as you pass through. The smell rises up all at once. Full and slow and deep. That particular lavender smell that does something to your shoulders without being asked to. You don't need to do anything with it. It just does what it does. And then you see it. A circular stone fountain, no more than 3 or 4 steps across. The stone is old and pale. worn smooth at the rim. The water doesn't spray or bubble or make a show of itself. It simply wells up from the center, barely visible, and flows in a thin, clear sheet over the edge and into the basin below. The sound of it is low and steady and completely without urgency. The sound of something that has been happening long before tonight. And will go on happening long after tonight is over. Beside the fountain, there is a bench. Wide, flat stone. The surface worn slightly hollow in the middle. The way things get when many people have sat in the same place over a very long time. People have come to this bench for a long time. People who needed to sit down. People who needed to put something down. Sit now. Feel the solid, cool stone beneath you. Let your weight settle into it. Feel how it holds you. It isn't going anywhere. Neither are you. You may notice there is something in your hands. A small wooden box. Not large, but heavier than it looks. Inside it are the things that didn't fit in the coat. The thoughts that come at 3 in the morning when everything else is quiet. The fears that don't have a shape yet. The ones you haven't spoken out loud. because you can't quite find the words for them. The grief that has no clean name, because it isn't about one single thing. It's about time and love and the particular ache of knowing that nothing stays the way you want it to. It's all in the box. You've been holding it for a long time. Look at the ground beneath the bench. The stone is smooth and cool there. Set the box down now. Gently. Let it go from your hands. Slide it gently back beneath the bench, out of sight. The garden will keep it safe. Nothing in it will be lost. Nothing will have changed or disappeared. But you don't have to hold it tonight. Rest your hands in your lap now. Palms up. Open. Light. Notice how light your hands feel now that they are holding nothing. The moon is high. Not dramatic, not blazing, just steady. The kind of moon that has been watching over sleeping houses and still water for longer than anyone can measure. Its light touches the surface of the fountain. Turns the water pale. It moves across the stone of the bench beneath you. It touches the willow trees at the far edge of the garden, and they hold very still beneath it. And then it reaches you. A cool, quiet light touching the top of your head. Moving slowly across your forehead. Smoothing the space between your eyebrows, where the day tends to gather itself. Moving down through your shoulders, down through your arms, into your open hands, down through your legs, into your feet, down into the cool, patient earth beneath you. Which has been here all along. You are held by the bench, by the sound of the water, by the quiet, by the garden which asked nothing of you when you arrived and asks nothing of you now. Nothing is waiting for you tonight. Nothing is required. You are simply here. breathing. Resting. Your breath is like a fountain. Always there. Not trying. Just happening. In and out. In and out. The garden is breathing with you. The water the leaves your breath. Like a leaf resting on the surface of still water. Moving without effort. Held by the surface. Needing to go nowhere. Already arrived. the thoughts may come. Let them come. And let them pass. Like clouds drifting slowly across the face of the moon. You don't need to follow them. Just let them drift. Sleep now. The garden is quiet. The moon is watching. Everyone you love is safe. You are safe. You are held. Sleep. Sleep. Sleep.